Hey, today I want to go through and show you how to do a nice makeup that's simple yet nice enough to go out to dinner with. That doesn't take a whole lot of time to do. So if you're in a hurry, this is what you do. So first I'll go through and I'll show you all the products I'm going to use, and then I'll start the timer to see exactly how long it takes. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is to cleanse your face. And I really like Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. It's all I use. Next, you want to use a toner to close up those pores. So here is the Clinique Acne Solutions. It's a clarifying lotion. I think it's never too early to start the anti-aging process. So I use the Aveeno Positively Ageless Lifting and Firming Eye Cream. And you always want to use a moisturizer. My favorite moisturizer is Aveeno. And this one evens out the skin tone and texture and also has SPF 30 sunscreen. So you're protecting your face from the damaging sun rays. Alright, this is the next thing that I use. This is from Benefit. This helps to minimize the shine on your face and also minimize the appearance of your pores. You put this on before you put on your foundation, but you can also put it on throughout the day if your face gets shiny. I like to use a mineral makeup for my foundation. It allows my skin to breathe more and I don't break out as often. You can use Bare Minerals, it's a great brand, but I like to go the cheaper route and I get the L'Oreal True Match. I use their concealer, their foundation, and their blush. For my bronzer, I have this NYC brand. It's just a cheaper brand, but I really like it, so it's what I've used forever. Alright, so you need to have some good brushes. This is my powder brush right here. Then you have a brush for your bronzer and your blush. And then you have a brush for your eyeshadow. And this one has dual-sided, so you can do several different techniques with that. For my eyeshadow, I'm using this CoverGirl palette. I really like the colors. And then I also use this as a Merle Norman, just a white shadow for my brow line. Then over here, got my eyelash curler, which I always use. I have, this is CoverGirl Perfect Blend eyeliner. And I use this for my brows and if I need to separate any lashes. I'm trying out a new mascara, so we'll see how it goes. It's called They're Real by Benefit. It's supposed to give you a real falsy look, so I want to try this out today. Alright, for the lips today, I'm just going to go kind of simple. So I'm just going to use this lip liner. This is a Rimmel, and it's called the Exaggerate. And then I'm also going to be using vitamin E oil, and I'll show you how that works. This is really good for moisturizing your lips, and it's great because it stays on throughout a whole meal, drinking coffee, drinking water. It does not come off unless you rub it off, so that's great. Alright, so I went ahead and washed my face because I normally do that in the shower. And first things first, you want to wash your hands. You don't want to carry any bacteria from your hands onto your face. Now, I'm going to start with the toner. Right now, it is 9:36, so we'll see how quickly I can do this. Do the eye cream now. You want to use your ring finger because it is the lightest pressured finger and you don't want to tug on your skin at all. You just want to gently pat this on, mostly underneath your eyes and up the side, and you can do a little on top too. Okay. You do the moisturizer. Typically, I'll go ahead and do my whole neck also. And I don't like to put this right on my eyes. I try and go right underneath it, a little bit right above. If it gets too close, it tends to sting my eyes since it does have the sunscreen in there. Okay, so then we're going to move to the pore cleanser. And you don't need a lot of it. You're just going to put it mainly in your T-zone, anywhere that your face tends to get shiny. Just dab it on like this, and then you go in. And you're going to pat it on. You don't want to rub it in. And after doing this, since you just put moisturizer on and you're doing this, you want to wait just a minute before you go ahead and do the rest. So we're going to pause the clock, it's been 2 minutes, and go do something else, like pick out your outfit, start doing something to your hair, whatever. Alright, so you want to give it a few seconds so that it can settle in before you put on your foundation. You don't want to be putting on foundation on, wet skin. It's just going to kind of build up and give you a really cakey look. So I've let my sunscreen soak into my skin. The pore minimizer has soaked in, and it kind of turns to a powdery feel, so you have a really silky feel on your face. So the first thing I'm going to pick up with is the concealer. It is 942. Now I'm going to use mineral concealer. What I do is I step back and I squint my eyes and see what I can see on my face like this. The only thing that I really see is this one spot right here. So that's the only thing that I'm going to use concealer on. And since I have this one little spot near my mouth, I'm going to use a little bit on there. But you really want to just dab it on. You don't want to use a whole lot, because it'll end up looking splotchy once you add your foundation. You can just step back and squint your eyes and make sure that you don't see it. And that's enough coverage. You can still see it when you're up close, but you don't have to cake it on. You want really natural. I like to look more natural than caked on. So then I'm going to move on to my foundation. I use my powder brush. Got my foundation right here. Put a little on the brush, knock it off. Start with your nose, and then you move to your forehead, to your cheeks, jawline. Eyes. Careful with the eyes that you don't get too much in the creases, because it can look really cakey right there in the creases of your eyes. And if you have any spots like this, you just add a little bit more on there. And my cheeks I tend to do a little bit more on because I do have a lot of redness in that area. So this is great because you can layer it up. You can decide how much of a coverage you want with mineral foundation. Alright. Next I'm going to do my bronzer. The bronzer, you want it to look, I use it to create a definition line, so you want it to look natural. So you're going to start up here and move down here. And this is how I do it. Sometimes I'll turn the brush this way and just do a straight line if I want a more definite edge. But pretty much what you can do is if you suck your mouth in, go like that. At the end of the video, I'm going to take 1 minute off for my talking. So that'll make up for how much time. So you can use your fingers right here at the edge to blend in your hairline, because you don't want it to have that hairline mark. Now, whatever's left in your brush, don't add any more. Do on the sides of your nose right here on your eyes. Just go right along your hairline. Okay, and then I'm going to do my blush. And I go really light with that since I do have rosy cheeks. And just right there on the... And I dust some more off so that I get the rest of it off my brush. And then I just go back in and do like this. Now, if you feel like you put too much on, don't blend it off until you do your eye makeup, because it evens it out. And then if you do feel like you have too much on, you can rub it off, or if you don't think you have enough, you can add some more at that point. So next I'm going to do my eyeshadow. And I have this color palette right here. I'm going to start with the one in the middle, just the medium color. And I'm going to apply it pretty much my whole eye right here. Okay. Then I go to the darkest color, and I put it just on the very tip of this brush right here, and you can see this brush shaped like this. And then I just go right in here in this crease. and right here. Okay, and then I usually keep a paper towel nearby, and I can wipe my brush off on that so I don't have any leftover color. Then I go to the lightest color right here. And with the lightest color, I'm going to just do the very insides of my eye and right underneath. And now, sometimes I use the white eyeshadow for this. This is a light enough color that I'll use this to do my brow bone. And what you're really just doing is highlighting that. And you can carry that down into here a little. And then you want to dust off your brush again, wipe it off on a paper towel, and just do a little bit of dabbing to blend so you don't have any definite lines in there. Okay. Then I'm going to do my eyeliner. One thing you don't want to do is go all the way around your eye. You'll end up looking old. I like to do it in little brush strokes. And I just pull my eye taut at the edge. And then here. Now you can do your eyeliner different depending on the look that you want. This is just a basic way of doing it. It's not really going to change your eyes up any. It's going to open them up a little because we're not going to put any on the bottom. It's a little bit weird doing this, watching my reflection in the iPad, not the mirror. Okay, so on the back of my eyeliner, I have this little squishy tip. Just going to go through, and you don't want to wipe it because it will wipe it off. You're just going to barely touch it and smudge it to kind of blend it in to give it a more natural look, not such a sharp line. And when you get to the inside, you're going to go back this way so that you don't start wiping it into the inner part of your eye there. Okay. So with my eyelash curler, I breathe hot breath on there to warm it up some. Just like a curling iron. It's going to work better if it's warm because it's metal. So you're going to do this twice. You can do it kind of the base, squeeze and hold. And then move outward a little, squeeze and hold like this. Turn it up. And then I'm not pulling my eyelashes out. I just gently, I loosen up on the grip and I just gently pull like that. And that way you get any little loose eyelashes that were going to fall out anyways. Do it to the other side. And I really like to have really curled eyelashes, so I go back and just do that again. Okay, this is the new mascara for me. So we're at 9:49. So far it has been 8, 9, 11 minutes. Minus 1 minute for talking. I think I've been talking enough to take off 2 minutes. So it's been 9 minutes. And it wouldn't normally take me as long to do my mascara. So what you're going to do is start at the bottom and wiggle. And then I go on the top and curl, like curl your wand out as you bring it up. And then you'll do like, well, you can do it either way that you find most natural, like this. This is going to curl your eyelashes up and separate them. And I'm going to do my other eye off camera because I can't do this as well without looking straight in the mirror. Alright, so when it comes to the bottom lashes, you're just going to go like this along them. Back and forth motions. Try not to touch your skin because you'll just see a big smudge. Look in the mirror for a second. Alright, so I finished my mascara, my eye makeup. So next, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and what I do is just brush them up and out. And if you have some problem eyebrows like I do, when they're not really trimmed that well, spray a little bit of hairspray on the tip of here, and then you can just go like this and it will stay perfectly. They also make products for that, but I don't have that. So next we're going to move to the lips to finish it up. The lip liner here. This is called Cupid's bow right here, this little dip. You want to define that. And right down here. Okay. Now with the vitamin E oil, you want to put on anything you're going to put on. So if you're going to do red lipstick, do your red lipstick before you put on the vitamin E oil. Because once you put it on, nothing else is going to stay on after that. This kind of seals everything in, but really it's for moisturizing. So here's what I do. Once I put my lip liner on, just put a little bit of this on my lips. Rub them together. And then go in with my finger and just pull the lip liner into my lip a little. You don't want to do it too much that you're rubbing it off the outside. Just a little. You rub it together and you get your finished makeup. Now, of course, you could always go in and do a little bit more dramatic of an eyeshadow. All you'd have to do is, hold on one second. I have this really dark brown eyeshadow. So what you could do is use this other side of the brush. That was my phone going off. And go in and do a little V right here on the corner of your eye. And the darker you go, the more dramatic it'll be. And then blend it just a little to make it more of a triangle right there. But overall, this took less than 15 minutes. It probably would have taken a lot less time if I hadn't been talking. I did subtract 2 minutes for all my talking. But you've got a nice, simple, yet put together makeup. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too simple. As you can see, you can still kind of see this right here. So if you want to go in with a little bit more concealer to begin with, you can do that. Once you've done all this, don't add more concealer. But the only thing I'll do now is sometimes I will go on the edges right here and blend the blush and the bronzer to make sure I don't have a line. And make sure that everything's kind of just blending into my hairline. Now, I'm not actually going anywhere, but if I were, normally I would just take my dry hair after I dried it, put it up in a bun, and then when I'm done, I take it down and I can style it, curl it, or however. You can also do like this to kind of blend the line between your bronzer and your blush. Thanks for watching.